So what is fate attribution? It is the phenomenon when individuals perceive important events in life as predetermined and inescapable. In general, people believe that events happen either due to fate or coincidence. So what is fate? When an important event happens, people explain it as being predetermined by supernatural power and outside of their control. Coincidence, on the other hand, is when people don't see that concurrence of events is caused by any particular reason or that it has any connection at all. People often perceive important and improbable life outcomes as meant to happen. Belief in fate is often discussed in the psychological literature as fatalism, a tendency to expect negative consequences, which could mean that people fail to prepare for unpredictable but controllable negative events such as earthquakes and sickness. One of the things that affects the level of fate attribution in individuals is their cultural background. We used two scenarios from a study by Noren, Zayan, and Lee to examine the levels of fate attribution of 5 AUS students from different cultures.
I think Kelly was meant to find that ring on that day, the ring on that.
I would say, I'd answer A, it was a fluke that she found the ring because I don't believe in fate.
I think it was fate actually that Kelly found the ring. I don't think it was a coincidence.
I believe that Kelly, it was meant for her to find the ring on the way.
Kelly was meant to find the ring on that day because
If he hadn't stopped to pick up the coin, he wouldn't have been injured because I don't see a reason why he would have been injured by something else.
So I think John actually, even if he didn't stop to get the coin, something else would have probably hurt him anyway.
The window was supposed to fall on his head. The piece of glass was supposed to fall on his head at that time, at that place. So no matter what.
fate, because even if he didn't pick up the coin from the floor, he would have got injured by something else.
As you saw, cultures vary in their levels of fate attribution. In general, collectivistic cultures such as those in Egypt, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Mali have higher levels of fate attribution. On the other hand, more individualistic cultures, such as the United States, for example, have lower levels of fate attribution. Studies show that one of the cultural reasons which explains the varying levels of fate attribution is the awareness of a complex causal field. This means that people who have higher awareness of a complex causal field see the world as interconnected, where known outcomes are determined by a complex web of causes, which is why collectivistic cultures on average have higher levels of fate attribution, as they tend to perceive situations as a whole and a result of intertwined reasons. This mode of thinking is called holistic thinking and is more common in collectivistic cultures. In contrast, individualistic cultures like to analyze the reasons or events in detail and separately from other effects, which is called analytical thinking. This is why they find little connections between various events, as they pay more attention to detail rather than to the overall pictures. Religiosity also affects the levels of fate attribution, as the belief in God mediates the belief in fate. This can be explained by the fact that attribution to fate means that individuals believe in a supernatural power that controls their destiny, which in most religions would be God. But it is also important to remember that within each culture there are individual differences, because not everyone who belongs to the same culture also follows the same mode of thinking or fate attribution.